Hey there, welcome. A lot of us shop online pretty much every day. But have you ever stopped to think about what's actually going on behind the scenes? What's the system that makes it all happen? Well, today, we're going to break it all down and get into the basics of e-commerce.
So let's start with a really simple question. Do you like to shop? I mean, who doesn't, right? Whether it's for some new clothes, a good book, or the latest gadget, it's something we all do, and hey, it's usually pretty fun.
Okay, now I want you to imagine something. Picture a shop, but this one never ever closes. It's open 24/7, and you can get to it from literally anywhere in the world. That idea right there is what has totally changed the game for how we buy things.
So what is this super powerful way of shopping that's completely reshaped our world? Let's dive right in and figure out what e-commerce actually is.
When you get right down to it, e-commerce, which stands for electronic commerce, is just a fancy way of saying buying and selling stuff using the internet. That's it. It's this huge online world of shopping, and it's all right there on your computer or your phone. And the difference between this and a regular local shop is pretty massive. With a local shop, you have to physically go there, right? And it's only open during certain hours, and they can only stock so many things. But with an e-commerce shop, you can shop from your couch, it's always open, and the number of things you can find is practically endless. It just blows away all those old limits. Okay, so we get the idea, but how does it actually work? From the moment you click buy to when the package shows up at your door. Let's break down the process. You'll see it's actually pretty simple. It really all comes down to 3 easy steps. First, you choose. You browse around online, find something you want, and pop it in your virtual shopping cart. Step 2, you pay. You use a safe online system to complete the purchase. And finally, step 3, it comes to you. Behind the scenes, your order gets processed, packed up, and sent right to your home. Simple as that. Now, e-commerce isn't just one single thing. There are actually a few different types. To really get a handle on it, let's look at the 2 main kinds you'll run into all the time.
First up is what we call business to consumer, or B2C for short. This is the one we all know and use the most. It's that classic setup where a company is selling its stuff directly to you, the customer, online.
For sure, you've done this. Think about buying a new phone from a huge online store like Flipkart or Amazon. When you do that, you're part of a B2C transaction. The business sells it, and you, the consumer, buy it.
The other big one is consumer to consumer, or C2C. Now this is where things get really interesting. This is when one person sells something directly to another person, usually with the help of a website or an app that connects them. No big company in the middle.
So, for example, if you've ever sold an old book you finished reading, or maybe an old phone on a platform like OLX or Quikr, you've already been a part of C2C e-commerce. It's just you, one consumer, selling to another.
All right, so we've talked about what it is, how it works, and the different types. But why does any of this matter? Why has e-commerce become such a huge part of our lives and the whole world's economy?
Well, the benefits for you are just massive. You have way more stuff to choose from. You can shop whenever you feel like it. Middle of the night, no problem. You can easily compare prices to find the best deal. You don't even have to leave your house. And maybe coolest of all, it makes it super easy for you to sell your own things and make a little extra money.
And that brings us to a final thought. Now that you have a better idea of what e-commerce is all about, think about your own life. What's the next thing you're going to buy online? All right, maybe what's something you could sell? The online world is always changing and full of amazing possibilities.